guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am talking about my 4-month update on life in Ghana. Let me tell you guys, I'm here to spill the tea, to talk about the challenges, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. So you might want to grab yourself some snacks and a cup of tea, your notepad, everything, because I'm literally here to spill the tea, okay? If you're new to my channel, so my name is Sherisha and I have been sharing my life career journey from London to Accra, and I have vlogged from the jump, literally, so you can go back and watch some of my vlogs and see where my journey began. And for those of you that are regular and that you've been around for a little while now, welcome back as always. So in my DMs, I get a lot of questions about things in Ghana, especially being also Caribbean. People are always interested in, like, what do I do for the things I like to eat and stuff like that, because, you know, Caribbeans, we have the things that we like. And if you've seen some of my videos, I'm always talking about my oxtail, my mutton, all of those things. So yeah, I get questions about that. I get questions about like life in Ghana in general, remote work, like so many things. So I've actually created a second channel called the Career Coach channel, because I am a qualified career coach. I coach clients online, and I want to talk about things like remote work, not just about like working in Ghana, but just worldwide and career topics in general. So if you're interested in that kind of content, do go and check out that channel. I've also set up a Patreon account, which is a space where I want to create a community so you can tap into other people that may be moving into Ghana, already living here, myself as well, where you can ask questions. We'll meet up monthly online. So I really want to get a group of at least 10 people so that we can chop it up, share information, because I think coming to Ghana, especially sometimes if you come on your own, you're not linked to Ghana, you don't have family and stuff like that, or just the fact that you're from the diaspora, things may be different for us because we have like a different perspective on life in Ghana and stuff like that. So I just think it's a great way, and it being online and remote, you can tap in from anywhere in the world. So it doesn't mean if you're not in Ghana, you won't be able to join the group. And I also want to do a give back as well. So if you want to donate any amount of money, it doesn't matter how big or small, it will make a difference to someone's life out here. So I really want to try and tap into resources and things that I think that will be a real help to those around us, because every day when you're out and about, especially in Accra, you see so many people that are in need. And not even just in Accra, outside, I've visited the village and stuff like that, and you really do see like even like a book for someone's schoolwork, pens, paper, all those kind of things can really do for someone, clothes, toys and so forth. Even if you have something in mind that you would like to do specifically, also just hit me up. You can either check out my Instagram page or you can drop me an email as well. So yeah guys, let's try and build a community of greatness to be able to be a blessing to so many people, and also to create a community where we can chat, catch up, talk about life in Ghana, talk about what it's like to build in Ghana, all these kind of things, because I'm so interested in all of that. So yeah, connect with me. Right guys, so let's talk about life in Ghana, because that's what you've come here for. So I've got my notes because I didn't want to forget anything, because it's so easy to just start talking away and you get all confused. So the first area I want to talk about is the dreaded light off, or what you call doomsor. So when I first came to Ghana, we stayed at Embassy Gardens, and I did experience light off, but it was quite oh my gosh guys, it's my first time experiencing light off. Oh my gosh, lights out. I've experienced my first doomsor in Ghana when the lights basically turned off. It's been happening a few times this year. I'm in a quite nice area where there's a huge generator. Things were taken care of, like, you know, didn't really notice light off like that until you heard like the generators making so much noise outside. But in general, we was cool because we was at Embassy Gardens, which is a like serviced Airbnb apartment sort of things. People live there as well. So you can check out that vlog as well. But when we moved into the house, and you know, you're living by yourself now, you have to provide everything for yourself. Light off becomes a different situation. So we bought a generator, which we purchased from a company in East Legon, and it cost about, at the time, around probably just over £1,000, or yeah, around £1,000. And it's I forgot the watts for it, but I'll link all the information in the description. But that kind of generator, it's not the industrial one, so it's one of those ones where you've got to go and switch over your electrics and put it on yourself. Like you turn it on with a key. You have to make sure, obviously, the diesel and everything like that, you've got to do all. It's a bit more manual. You still need to do that for the industrial ones, but what I mean, there's no changeover. So with some of the bigger generators, you can actually buy a changeover, so when the power cuts out in your home, the generator will automatically switch on, but our one is manual. So can you imagine if there's light off in the middle of the night or very late at night? The difficulty is having to physically go out in the dark and having to turn everything on, and the noise and all of that stuff. Like at night, I find the big ones do make a lot of noise, but because they're encased as well, the ones that I've seen and I've heard powered on, if it's for a house, I find it's not as noisy. At Embassy Garden, it was so noisy, but it's a big place that there's lots of units, there's a lot more people using power. And I just feel like having the generator has been a blessing. When you're in the daytime and you need to turn on your AC, you need to keep your internet on and stuff like that, it's great to have it. But having it at nighttime is very problematic when you're in a house and you've got to go downstairs into the backyard. Yes, we've got lights and stuff, but even for me at nighttime, very late at night, like we had light off the other day, and it happened around 5 o'clock. Around 9-10 o'clock, light off was still off. We had the generator on for a while. We had to put extra diesel in it. Right now, the cost of diesel, petrol has gone up across the globe, and the fact that light off was happening quite regularly, it was quite frustrating. And it's been happening throughout the day and the night. And when it comes to the night time, it's like leaving it on all night is not practical, because it's not like a big industrial one, and if obviously the diesel runs out, you've got to be aware of all of that. So it's quite frustrating, like the light off right now. But definitely I would advise you need to get a generator. Like just have it as a backup, even if you're someone that doesn't experience light off often. Because when we first moved to our property, we didn't experience light off for a long time. Over the Christmas period, everything was smooth. January was quite fine, maybe the odd occasion in February, but since March it's been happening a lot. And when you call the electrical company, so the electrical company in Ghana is called ECG, and I had to call them the other day basically because the light off was happening every day around 1-2 p.m. and it's not like the UK where you get a letter from British Gas or EDF or whoever your energy operator is, but they literally don't tell you anything. So when I called them, they actually explained that there was some problems in our area and they actually was doing major works. But when you ask them, okay, so what time will the electric come back on, they can't tell you. So it was just like, oh God, like I hope it's not going to be one of those ones where we're going to experience light off for like days on end. Luckily it came back on, but it's just that with remote working, it's very frustrating because you could be in the middle of the meeting, light off, everything's turned off, and that whole thing of I've got to rejoin Teams, I could be coaching a client, and even if you had a generator, there's always that blip where the electric goes off and then the generator has to kick in. I've been in shops, supermarkets, restaurants, and it's the same. So you just got to have that in mind. Like the whole light off situation can be quite an inconvenience, like for us, because we work at home and we're at home. For those that go out to work, maybe you don't see it as much. But when you're at home, you notice it a lot more. And obviously in terms of things like security, so we have ring alarms. We've had to make sure that some of our ring alarms are backed up, like they're battery powered ones instead of the electric wired ones, because when there's light off, we still want to have security in our home. So it's those kind of factors you've got to think about. So like I would really advise, like when it comes to like the way your house is set up, you need to think about your day-to-day activities and making sure that you've got things in place to cover you. So one of the things that we bought for like the situation of having light off, I bought this portable adapter, and I actually did a haul on it, an Amazon haul. I got it from Amazon. It was about 100 and something pound, and that is like a portable one. I can carry it anywhere in the house. So for instance, when there's been occasions where light off has happened close to the time we're getting ready to go to bed and we're not going to leave the generator on through the night, we've used it to plug in either the internet if we want to keep the internet on, if we want to power a fan in our bedroom because we haven't got the AC. We use this adapter. I will link it also in the description, but it's a really handy thing to buy. I would really advise you to get one of these adapters. The fact that you can at least charge your laptop on it, it's got USB points, you can charge your phone, it's got a torch on it as well, so obviously if you're walking around in your house and it's dark, you can use it. I would advise getting things like torches, maybe some candles, those kind of like everyday things. We've got them darted around the house, so wherever you are, you can quickly grab a torch, you can quickly light a candle until you go and sort out your generator and things like that. So those are the kind of things that you need to think about. And as well, with light off, you need to think about things like protecting your appliances. So you need to get things like a surge guard. These protect your electrical appliances. So we've got them as extension wires. We've also got them as single adapters. And these help with the surge that sometimes comes through the fluctuations in the electricity in Ghana. You may have seen it in other people's videos. They've talked about that their fridge, things like TVs, cookers have spoiled, even laptops and stuff like that, because when that surge comes through, the current is too high for the device and it causes it to burn out. So we've got surge guards on all our electrical appliances. This is something that we got on Amazon. You can buy them in Ghana as well, but we got ours from Amazon because we wanted the ones that had USB ports as well, so we could use it for multiple devices. But they are really handy to buy. I did show them in a vlog in a shop called Game. They were a lot more expensive than the ones we bought on Amazon, so it is useful if you're coming from the West. These are the kind of things that I think you should put on your list of things to pack and bring with you, because you can never not use them. Like, you plug in appliances all the time, microwave, cooker, all these things, your TVs. I think there's definitely something that you won't regret buying. So another thing people often ask me about is the internet in Ghana, especially because I do talk about that I work remotely. So we have actually got our internet through Vodafone. It's wired, so it reminds me of fiber optic internet in the UK. The process was really quick. We did originally go to MTN, but at the time, which often is the case with MTN in my experience, every time I go to the shop, the system's down and I can never seem to get even a SIM card or anything. So we just went to Vodafone. It was quite straightforward. I can't remember the exact cost, so I will put all the information on the screen. So we registered everything in store on a Sunday, and by Wednesday the engineers were out and they were fixing everything. The internet is really fast here, so that's something I would even advise. Like, when you're looking for somewhere to rent or to buy, build, whatever your kind of living circumstances will be in Ghana, go there and use like My SpeedNet or something that will show you what internet is like in that area, because we use the internet now for a lot of things, and you don't want to get to a place where coverage is very difficult. Like, I know for us, we use VPN, so we like to watch Netflix. We still like to stream a lot. We like watching our movies. I use Amazon for a lot of things, Spotify, all these kind of things. And the fact that we can switch through using VPN, which relies on the internet and stuff like that, having good internet is very important for coaching, for me, doing my work. Mr. O works as well. So we rely heavily on internet. We do spend a lot more on internet probably than some people here. We do have unlimited internet. So it's 800 CDs, which is, when the rate's a good rate, it's around £100, and that lasts us the whole month. Often we have gigs left over, and how it works here in Ghana, when you have gigs left over, it carries over to the next month, but you have to top up in order for the gigs to carry over with you and to keep your internet working. But I would advise, if you really can get the wired hub router, it's better than the plug-in. But the fact is, some places still can't get wired internet. It's just like the UK. Some areas you can get Virgin, some areas you can't. You might be able to get Sky, you might be able to get BT. It depends on how your road has been wired, and it's the same in Ghana. So you will have to get the provider that you decide to choose to come out. I'm not sure if MTN offers the same service as wired broadband, because I haven't had the opportunity to use them and I haven't been able to compare. But for us, Vodafone really works fast and it's been quite consistent. We've rarely had moments when Vodafone's been down. I don't even recall any moments. It's the light off has been the problem for us in terms of our technology and our usage, but the internet itself's been really good. Depending on obviously how big your house is, just like anywhere, even in London, we had a small flat, a 2-bedroom flat, and I had to get a booster because parts of the house couldn't pick up the signal. And it's the same with here. If I'm too far back, like on the balcony or something, I find the network's not as great, but as a whole, it's okay in the bedrooms, but mainly we work downstairs anyway, so that's fine for us. Right, so the third thing I want to talk about is like getting things done in Ghana, like the information that's available, because I find currently they lack online presence. And by that I mean a lot of organizations and business and stuff like that, their websites are very limited if they do have one, or they're literally non-existent. So an example of this is like, for instance, in the UK, if I'm looking for like, I don't know, a bed or a sofa or something for the house, I can go online and you've got an array of websites, like you've got Argos, you've got Wilko, IKEA, John Lewis, even the supermarkets now, Aldi, Tesco, everything, they've got like good online websites. So it helps when I'm going, before I go out, I can already like either pay for something and just go and collect it, like click and collect or something like that. Or the fact that I can just look at different things, all the information's there, measurements, colors, size, if it's in stock, what store I can collect it from. That's not the case in Ghana. Things are very manual here, so you find that you have to take a lot of time out. When you're working, that can be very difficult, because that, you know, taking time out means money. Time is money. Going to take half a day off just to go and look in a shop because it's not open on a Sunday or a Saturday and things like that can be quite frustrating. Whereas in the UK, I find a lot of stores are still very active on most days of the week, and the fact that I can do home delivery is a big difference. Whereas in out here, there are places now like Jumia, and I believe there's some other places that are starting to do more like grocery shopping and stuff like that, not just like food delivery, and even some items as well from like shops and stuff like that. But it's still very new here, which is not a negative in terms of like if you're looking for opportunities. There's so much opportunities, especially for us from the diaspora coming in with fresh eyes. I think we see Ghana in a different light to the point where sometimes it's like overwhelming because you're just like, what can I do? Because it feels like there's so many things that you can tap into. So that's a positive. With a developing country, there's room to do things, but just in a whole, on a day-to-day basis, when you're just trying to get your stuff done, it can be quite frustrating and quite long-winded. So if you even get one thing done in Ghana, it's like, oh my god, I got one thing done. And I definitely believe it's who you know. And as well, that's not always a good thing, because you would hope that everybody would be treated the same, but unfortunately it's not like that. And sometimes you do have to put yourself in a position where you have to know people just to get things done. And an example of things like that is like getting my Ghana card done, getting my visa done and stuff like that, just so that also like the information that I need to make sure that when I go there, because I am taking the time off work, I've got everything that I need. And often I need to know someone that will be like, no, you need this, you need to bring this is how much it definitely costs. If someone asks you for money, don't give them, like, because a simple task can turn out to be quite annoying, and sometimes you can be taking money out of your pocket that you didn't need to, just because someone sees you as a foreigner. And I think that's why I believe you need to know people, just so that you know, actually no, this is wrong and this is actually how it goes. So yeah, getting things done in Ghana has been a bit annoying. There's always a delay. If something goes well, it's like, oh my god. So it's that expectation, and I think I've learned a lot of patience being in Ghana. Like, my patience level has gone like patience of a saint. because it's no joke here. So those are the kind of things that you really need to think about. Like, come here with the mindset of take things slow. It's like the Caribbean. Everything's slow, everything's laid back, to the point where sometimes it's too laid back. Like, yes, I'm not coming here to expect everything to be microwavable like the Western world, which is way more developed. However, there's a level of being laid back that's just like, are you for real? Like, come on, get your ish together. Like, it can't work like that, you know? So yeah, guys, just be prepared for that. So my next thing is like the cost of living. I think for me, when you say things like that, I find people like always want to make a comment about it. But at the end of the day, when you live here, you have certain things that you still want to buy as someone from the diaspora. Not everybody lives like a local, and people need to understand that. Like, in the UK, there's a level of living that I'm used to, that to maybe someone here is a privilege. Do you get what I mean? And I'm very aware that we are privileged coming in as the diaspora, because already certain things are in place for us because we're coming from a different lifestyle. However, I can't throw all of that away because that's what I know. So for instance, when I go to a supermarket and I want to buy things like broccoli and things like that, these are not always things I can get in the market. And when I am going to the supermarket, it's like broccoli that I'm used to buying in London for like £1 for like a bunch of broccoli. A little container is like a £5, and that's just like, what the frig? Like £5 for veg, that's only gonna feed me once. So it's just like the cost of living here has, for like the things that I'm used to, bacon, sausage, certain vegetables, it's just like crazy. Even herbs, because when you go to the market, some of these things, they don't sell them because local Ghanaians don't cook with them. And imported goods mean obviously a higher price bracket, and I know that, like, that's economics. But the point is, it's like when you're taking those into consideration as your cost of living, you've really got to factor this stuff in. And I think I'm going to do a different video on the cost of living in Ghana, because like shopping in like ShopRite and stuff like that, for the things that I would buy in London is like double, triple the price in some situations. So it's quite crazy. And I think that's the difference between coming to Ghana in December and actually living here outside of the party season. You really see Ghana for what it is. And I think I would advise anybody not to come to Ghana for Christmas and then say I'm moving here. Like, or if you do that, just know in your mind, this is not the reality of living in Ghana. So yeah, and again, there's no system here in terms of, like, we're privileged in the UK, we have the NHS. We can get subsidized treatments, like even if you go private for dental care, if you're on the NHS register, it's still a bit more cheaper and things like that. So and I have actually had to go to a hospital in Ghana, and I went to a private hospital, Lister Hospital, wonderful hospital, great healthcare, but the bill was no joke. You know, I was in hospital for 3 days. Yeah, the cost of the hospital was a holiday ticket, like me doing a return ticket from Ghana to London and London back to Accra. Yeah, but those are the things that you have to like factor into the cost of living in a place where you can't just rock up to the hospital for free, you know. And I guess if you're from America, you're used to that system, but us Brits, we're not. So I think the cost of living has been like okay, like now I don't look at 10 CDs as, I keep converting, I look at 10 CDs as £10, you know. So is it worth £10? If it's not, would I buy that in the UK? Like, for instance, we bought Chinese from Imperial, and again, a lovely restaurant. But when you convert the price, you're paying 100 and something pound for Chinese. Like, the Chinese is nice, but even if I went to the food, the level of the food is nice, because in Ghana, some of the Chinese is hit and miss for me and what I'm used to. However, that level of food in the UK would cost me maybe 40-50 pounds. But it's just, obviously I'm paying for like the location, it's in a prime location. it's, you know, it's almost like going to a nice Chinese restaurant in Mayfair or something. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think those are the things that sometimes you have to kind of remember, because some people can easily be like, oh my god, that's so expensive, it should be cheaper. But you got to think about it. Cantonment, airport, these kind of areas, what's that equivalent to in London? Those are like central London. Going to Thai restaurants and Chinese restaurants in central London, it's not going to be 40-50 pound. That's your local Chinese on your high street, or your, you know, in your neighborhood sort of thing. So those are the kind of things you've got to think about. But yeah, cost of living on its own is probably a topic of conversation, and I will break down like the cost of living for us. And you've got to take into consideration fuel, gas, all these things now, electricity, everything. So yeah, I think I'll do that as another video. So let me know in the comments if you think you'd be interested in like the cost of living in Ghana, and like what kind of things would you like to know the cost of living for. Obviously some things won't apply to me because we don't have a car, but I do have a budget for Uber and Bolt because we don't have a car right now, and we use it for most of our transport. And yeah, those are the things you've got to factor in. So one thing in Ghana, it has definitely given me a new burst of life in terms of socializing, because obviously due to the pandemic, I didn't really go out a lot, but in general, I didn't really go out that much, unless it's like a birthday or someone's christening or some kind of occasion. But Ghana has made me so social. I have been to more restaurants in the last 4 months than I probably have in the last how many years. So I love that element of it, because of the good weather as well, which is like mainly 24/7. Going out in a nice dress, a little t-shirt, you know, like summer fashion. That's my vibe. Feeling a little breeze on my skin, have my toes out, you know, cute pedi. So I just love the fact that there's just so many different like restaurants to try, and just that like if I wanna go out and have some downtime, I can go to the beach, can go away for the weekend, you can come out of Accra. Like, yes, you can come out of London, but it's often into other cities, unless the weather's really good. Sometimes it's like things are always kind of indoor based, and I like the outdoors. I like scenery. I love the fact that there's a lot of greenery where we live. It's very serene. I can sit on the balcony. I just love the fact that it's giving me more of that feeling like I'm alive again. And yeah, that's just a given. And I feel like I can tap into probably more of the high life in Ghana, because it's still more affordable for me than it would be if I was in London. Like I don't go to Nobu's and stuff like that in London, whereas or Hakkasan. Whereas in Ghana, I could go to quite a good restaurant and the bill is not going to be the same price as like if I went to Hakkasan or something like that. So I love that kind of like element of life here. I think the things that I do miss about London is obviously like the fashion, the fact that when I'm ready, if I want to just quickly run into like H&M, Zara, quickly grab some socks or something from Primark, certain things, and the fact that Amazon, you know, like that kind of like instant kind of like I can get Prime, I can do things like quite quickly. So I do miss all of that kind of stuff. And then there's certain foods that I miss, like I miss my local yard shop, and you know, and a little cheeky Nando's and stuff like that. So I am due a little trip back to London. I think I will appreciate those things more because I know I can't get them as much. And if you've seen my vlog when a friend of mine came to Cardiff, she brought me some little treats from Tesco. Like you miss the little custard cream, there's a particular taste and stuff like that. So those are the kind of things I miss, and I feel like now more than before I definitely miss friends and family a lot more, because it's like things like when it's your birthday and stuff like that, you know, there's like things you would have done with your girls or the bit things you do with your family, and obviously it's a bit different because there's a distance now. But I'm very fortunate that I still have some people that I know from back home in London that are in Ghana, so I get to still connect and stuff like that, which is cool, because I feel like it's important sometimes to make sure you've got your tribe, you know. And like we've met other people like Tasha and Clint from Captain Yao's, and like, you know, like you build new relationships and bonds with other diasporians. So your vibe attracts your tribe. So definitely that's why I think it's good to connect with other people from the diaspora, and as well as even trying to talk to people that are born in Ghana as well, because I don't think you should seclude yourself as the diasporians and just be like it's us and them sort of thing, because I feel like there's a lot that we can all learn from each other. And even as well, it's nice to talk to even other people that aren't native to Ghana, but they've lived in Ghana for years, maybe their mum, their parents or whatever, they've come into Ghana, they've been born here, but they're not actually like linked to Ghana originally. That's quite interesting. Like where we bought our generator from, the gentleman that owns the store, he's Lebanese, and then he was also telling us about his businesses in different parts of Africa. It's just really interesting to hear he's been in Ghana for 12 years, you know, so you're just like, oh wow, there's so many other people here, like if they can survive, like guys, what are we doing? Like, what are you waiting for? Come and visit the motherland, or even the Caribbean. Like I really also want to connect back with my islands, like, because I feel like it's quite interesting, like, why do a lot of Caribbeans also feel more comfortable coming into Africa? There are a lot of Caribbeans that return back to the Caribbean, but I feel like there's quite a big wave of Caribbeans in the motherland as well. So I know that's because of, obviously, you know, just because we're Caribbean, we are linked to Africa, but I noticed the few people that I do know that are West Indian have come to Africa versus going to the Caribbean. I feel like Ghana is a great place to live. It definitely has challenges, but life does in general. You have to deal with those challenges, and you have to be very resilient here. You have to be very resilient. I think mentally and physically it can be quite taxing. I think for us around February, I really felt like I just suddenly had a moment where my body and my mind kind of sat down, and my body just felt like zoop, like it just was zero energy, and I really had to be mindful of like all of the things that had been going on, the importance of tapping into my well-being and knowing that I came to Ghana to run away from that burnout, that feeling of stress and stuff like that. So it was really important for me now that I'm here and things are a bit more settled, to make sure I am being social and doing things that I like doing. And socializing doesn't always mean parties and eating out. It can just be like, go away on the weekend, go to the beach, you know, go for a walk, try and find places that are scenic, tap in, like do some painting, do whatever it is, like try and find a hobby. Whereas in London, I never had a hobby, you know. I like painting, I like pottery. I'm not great at them, but it's like having a look at what's available, what can I tap into to kind of tap into those areas. So, and I feel like here you can do that and it's a lot more affordable. So I definitely say for me, like Ghana is a great choice for me. I'm not regretting my move. There's pros and cons to London, there's pros and cons to Ghana, but for me the pros overweigh the cons right now, and I feel like, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what more like adventures and experiences, because I have to look at Ghana like an adventure, because every day is an experience. Like whether your water tank is breaking, something in the house needs fixing, you know, there's always something happening. And I think even just like looking at like living in Ghana and having a big house in Ghana, that has pros and cons. Like we have a lot more space now, but that comes with upkeep, keeping it clean. The dust is crazy here, so the house is clean like 6 days a week. Having house help has been such like a blessing. I love having house help. I think that has also helped with my well-being, because just knowing that like someone's there to take away some of the kind of burdens of everyday living when you're trying to work and you're trying to sort yourself out, if you're trying to you know, create a family, an environment for a family. Like as a woman, it can feel like sometimes you're just doing like everything, and it just can, you know, you want to have a career, you want to have children, you've got a household to look after, and it can feel much. So that's knowing, coming to the motherland for me has really been a support for those things. So like having someone that just takes care of like the cleaning, knowing that I can just say to them, please could you just cut me some fruit, so in the morning I can just quickly grab my breakfast and start my day. And it's taken off such a weight off of my mind, and those are the things I love, and those things for me are worth it, because those are the things that were burning me out in London. Going to work, waking up early, you're waking up sometimes when it's dark, coming home when it's dark, you're not really getting sunlight. Then the weekend comes, you're having to think, I gotta do washing, I've got to go to Costco's or wherever you shop, and you've got to try and somehow fit in some kind of socializing and fun. By Monday comes, you're flat out again, and then the week starts again. And then you're always looking forward to annual leave, counting your life away for a holiday. And that's not how I wanted to live anymore, because otherwise I'm always wishing my days away. And money can come back. You can always recoup money, but you can't recoup your time. I'm never gonna get back that day or that hour, that second, that minute. So those are the kind of things that for me have been like, yes, it's been tough at times, and it will be my type of tough. It's not everybody's tough, you know, because I am aware that some things, like I said, they're on a silver platter for me because I have come from a different upbringing, I've come from a different place. But there have been some things that are still challenging, and the fact that even sometimes people assume because of your positioning and who you are and where you're coming from, you come with money, and they don't know the struggles that it takes for you to go across the pond, use all your savings, try and, you know, make a new life for yourself. That in itself is hard too, you know, especially when you're not coming from money. So now that I'm here doesn't mean I'm made of money, even though I may look like I'm already up on someone else. So I think those are the kind of things I've had to get my head around. You have to be savvy here. You have to build your confidence. You also have to be respectful of the culture. But at the same time, you're not here to be walked all over, and you're not here for someone to take advantage of you and try and take more money of you. You have to learn to barter here. Bartering is a thing. You really have to learn. Please come down, reduce. Oh, is that your final price? Like you have to, you know what I mean? You have to try and learn a little bit of the tree. Meti tree, kakra, kakra, swole, swole. Like you have to try. You know, it goes a long way and it breaks the ice. But if you ask me right now, if I want to go back to London or stay in Ghana, oh hell no, I do not want to go back to London to relocate. I am very happy in the sun. I'm thriving with all this vitamin D, this fresh coconut juice, mango, pawpaw, pineapple, all of it. I'm loving it right now. So yeah, I think my life in Ghana, or even just knowing that I need to live somewhere hot, is definitely something for 100%, like I have to keep in life. Like, I can't return back to a cold country. Like London's not warm enough for me, even in summer, for me to be like, yeah, I'm gonna stay, if we even have a summer. So sorry to my London peeps or my UK peeps, because I know sometimes when I was there, we was all crying for the sun. So yeah, now I'm in the sun. I'm like, I can't even fathom right now putting on a winter coat and putting on like shoes. Like I'm so used to being in slippers all day. Like it's crazy. So yeah, basically Ghana has won my heart, even though it comes with its challenges, even though it can be stressful for the most part. But I do really enjoy life in Ghana right now. So thanks guys for watching this video on my 4-month update in Ghana. Like yeah, and if you are coming to Ghana, thinking about moving to Ghana or to the motherland in general, like leave me a comment, let me know like what's been your motivation, where are you at in your journey, where would you live if it's not Ghana, like where else would you choose to live? Because not everyone wants to even move to like the motherland. Like some people I know that watch this channel have told me they want to move to Italy and other places. Like so where you're at in your journey, like moving abroad full stop, like what's life looking like for you? What are the pros and cons? What are the challenges of your journey? Like is it money, is it like what is it? So yeah, leave me a comment below. But thanks for watching guys. Don't forget to smash the likes button if you found this video useful, and I will see you guys in my next video.